Hey y'all, and welcome back to another excuse me. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another review of lchessica for Beyond the Gates, June 24, 2025. I'm on my other phone now, y'all, so I don't know how it's gonna work. I might have to go on the iPhone after I get done. Hold on. Let me fix this right fast. There you go. Hey y'all, welcome back to another review of lchessica for Beyond the Gates, June 4, 2025. First thing first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. Look, cat. I was a cat. Cat. You had the right mindset, you on the right track or whatever, and she finna slip up. She finna slip up, and he keep on showing signs. Now we did see him tell Eva how he's with Cat and stuff like that, and he feels like they have something special. However, the way he act, I feel like I ain't gonna say he want both of them, but he want both of them. That's what I say. It seems to me like he want both of them, especially Eva, especially her. But yeah, she gonna tell him she is ready to take it to the next step. I was like, no, don't do it, girl. It's a trap. It's a trap, girl. Hold on, y'all. I say it's a trap. Don't fall for it. Then Martin over here, Malone had said something, and he like, I don't want to say he almost passed out, but did y'all see that? I was like, what is it? I was like, still telling us exactly what happened. I said, y'all gotta give us something, not just the same flashback that we. But yeah, every time Malone says something, it's like he remember more and more. But yeah, let me know what y'all thought of the episode down below. We're gonna start with Ted, Eva, and Kat. So Ted was with Eva, and that's when Kat ends up showing up. He invited her to join, and she wasn't about to join them. She said something about she had plans with Tomas or whatever. So Ted ends up telling them that there's enough room for both of them in his life, and saying how they have a lot in common if they remove Dana from the situation. And I said, I think so in a sense. But I hear how people were saying how they don't understand why everybody just expecting Eva to be accepted like that. And I said, I agree, I definitely do, but Kat be doing too much. She be doing too much, and I definitely feel like she's gonna end up messing things up because I'm sure they got rules about okay. She definitely is. But yeah, I was like, yeah, she too close to it. It's close to it. And then Jacob might be in trouble too. I did see somebody say it as well, how he might be in trouble. Well, yeah, they was just talking about that. Ted was trying to get them to see that if Dana wasn't, aka Leslie, if she wasn't involved, and they'll see that they have a lot in common. They disagreed or whatever. That's when she said she had to go because she had plans because he invited her to join them or whatever. So then he ends up seeing the dude, the little fake server dude. So he do work there. It disconnected, y'all. I should have did it on the other phone. Yeah, it keep disconnected. What was I about to say? Remember how they was at Orphe Jeans and it was somebody sitting back there behind G and them? Is that the same dude, the server dude, or is that somebody else? Because now, like, okay, they were saying they're supposed to be Ashley daddy. So now I can't remember what the guy looked like. Yeah, I was going to ask y'all with him. But yeah, apparently the fake server. Ted ends up seeing him or whatever. He kept looking at him. I was waiting for the dude to look up and notice Ted, but he didn't. So Ted ends up telling Eva he had to go. But she should stay and get some food or whatever. So she stays. That's when Tomas ends up meeting Kat. I didn't know they was a couple now. Oh, I be missing everything. I be watching, but I guess I don't be paying attention to know because I didn't know there was a couple. Because I think Kat had mentioned to Eva something about her boyfriend. I said, when did he become a boyfriend? I don't remember. I definitely don't remember that part. But yeah, so then she went and sat over there. She was reading, and they sat down at their table. And then he kept looking over there at her. And Kat seen it. She definitely seen it or whatever. Then Eva seen Tomas looking over there. So she got up to come something, and she ends up leaving and saying, she's sorry for disturbing them. And Tomas felt some type of way. He was like, why'd you have to go and do that or whatever? We were having such a nice time. And I was like, oh. I feel like he like her. Like, I understand he did say, they were still gonna be friends and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like you can't expect her not to feel how she feel after everything the lady did. Oh, that's what she said. Kat implied that Eva was still protecting her mama. I forget that part. Kat implied that Eva was still protecting her mama and all this other stuff, how she had yet another opportunity to stop it, but she didn't. And Ted was like, what are you talking about? So Eva was like, yeah, what are you talking about? So she couldn't tell that she had the evidence, so she grabbed the evidence because then, she'll be in trouble. Would she be in trouble? Or either the case is on now, either go off like Leslie got something up her sleeve and it's not going to turn out how they think it's going to turn out. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna turn out the way they think because Kat too desperate for it. She definitely is, and Jacob should know better. He definitely should know better. He did try to tell her, but at the same time, she's not listening. But yeah, then Ted wanted to know, what Kat was talking about, but she wouldn't say it because she knew she couldn't sit up here and say it because she don't have to admit that she planted the doggone evidence back in Leslie's place or whatever. But yeah, like I said, Tomas felt some type of way about her talking to Eva like that, and I was like, I said, this ain't gonna work. So instead of seeing things for what they is, he tried to pass it off like it was nothing. He tried to pass it off like it was nothing. Then what happened at that? They was just talking. She was like, she got his favorite food or some food he told her about from out the country or something like that. And they was talking about that or whatever. And she was like, I love, and she was about to say, it sounded like to me she was about to tell him she loved him. So then she was like, she ready to share that special night with him. I said, no. I said, don't do that, Gary. It's a trick. It's a trap. And I skipped the part. Because I think they showed Caroline and Haley before they showed Kat and Tomas. Because I was gonna say Tomas and like he over here sticking by Bill because he looking into him or something. I don't know what it is. I did see somebody say something like that. Cause I think he went in the office and that's when Caroline was like, Bill wasn't there. Vernon ends up showing up or whatever. Cause he was about to have a meeting with Bill and the rest of them or whatever. So Tomas went out there with Caroline. He was like, "What's going on? What's that about?" She told my son, "My guess is that one of the Duprees is in trouble." I said, "She right about that? She right about that?" But I was like, "Yeah, he seemed nosy." And I was about to talk about the other episode yesterday when Bill told him to knock before he come in and stuff like that. And they think that they foreshadowing something to come. Now we don't know yet because I haven't seen anything, but we'll see. What else? Let's see. Haley came looking for Bill as well. He wasn't there or whatever. I don't think she said nothing about he went to Danny's, but then Haley showed up at Danny's, and I was like, how did she know? Did Bill tell her? Which I don't know. How do y'all think she knew that Bill was there? But yeah, Caroline ended up leaving. Haley had already left. Vernon was there. Then was it Elon that came next? Jacob Dad, I think Jacob Daddy came next, and they was looking for Bill or whatever, and then everybody else came later in the episode. Bill and Danny, and this is part where I was like, he trying to. I don't think I told y'all that. I did it for TikTok. I thought I told y'all. Hold on. I said, how in the world? I said, you confusing her. She already crazy. She already struggling to get over you enough. He's talking about something when he seen her walk through that hospital, whatever, just talking about how she the only one that really know him and get him and all this other stuff. I said, there you go. Then next thing you know, she be swinging that bad stuff. You want to act like she crazy. I mean, she is crazy. But at the same time, you making her crazy. But he did tell her. After he said all that, he said, we not getting back together. I believe Haley's the one for me and all this other stuff. But I was like, don't confuse her. Don't tell her she the only one that really get. Haley don't put on this doggone slideshow for nothing. She put on this slideshow. She don't show the ultrasound or whatever and everything. He over here talking about his ex-wife, the only person that get him and stuff. I was like, see what I be saying? But yeah, they was talking, and I was saying how at first I was like, I know doggone well she didn't text him, she didn't contact him, but it was revealed that he was the one that reached out. I'm assuming it was because Vernon was telling him about himself on yesterday's episode, and that's why he felt guilty. He ends up apologizing for hurting her and stuff. Finally, and she was telling him how she was waiting to hear that for so long, and she thought it was something she did. He just was saying how he felt like the walls were closing in and just all this extra stuff, and it seemed like, I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. I feel like eventually he gonna realize that Haley's not the one he want, or either he gonna get bored from her. And that's what Danny ends up telling Haley until she started talking about she was in pain. She did look like she was in pain, but then again, I don't know yet. I really don't know. I seen some people talk about how they don't really know how to feel about Haley either. They don't know if she faking or what. I was like, that's true. We don't know. They haven't told us much of anything about her yet, aside from her being a home wrecker. That's the only thing we know so far. And that she threatened by Danny. I think that's the only thing that we really know. But yeah, they had a nice little conversation and stuff. She was crying. He was getting emotional and stuff. But then he looked at his watch and I guess he realized that he had to go attend that meeting with Vernon and them or whatever. I was looking forward to that meeting. I wanted to hear what they said, but no. Then Martin, I said, they protecting you. You might want to tone it down. What else happened? Let's see. Martin and Smitty. Oh, he was still working on that article or whatever, and he ends Martin and kept questioning him. He made him put two and two together. He kept on. He kept on. Then anytime he mentioned Malone, he feels some type of way. Of course he was gonna put two and two together. He halfway there, y'all. Smitty almost know everything. He will know everything sooner or later. I knew he was gonna be the one to uncover. I knew it. Cause he over here, Martin be giving himself away. He definitely do. Then before he left, he gonna say, I wrote it down. What did he say? He told him to drop the article. It's not worth their family, their future, or some type of no article is worth their future. That's what he said. And I said, you just gave him a hint. What the word going on? But yeah, they was talking about the article and stuff, and he was just kept questioning him about it, and he kept on looking into it. He told him what he found about the money and 2 years ago and stuff like that, and just telling everything that he know. So Martin just kept telling him he need to let it go or whatever. So Smitty over here like it's something going on. Anytime I mention Malone, you feel some type of way or whatever, and he started asking him. He putting two and two together. Martin remember more and more. Hold on, what they say? Remember Martin coming in? Oh, that was later in the episode though. But yeah, so he kept trying to get him to drop it, but then he was like, he had to go. He said something about he had to go or whatever, and that's when he said no article is worth their future. And I said, you just told, why would you tell? And then Smitty started looking, and he had a flashback. I said, Martin. I said, Martin. But later, Smitty reveals to Jacob that 2 years ago, he remembers Martin coming in with different clothes, and he had a meeting with, he had to attend an event with Vernon. And he contacted, and they said that event was 2 years ago or whatever. The same time that Malone had that, what was it? $500,000? I don't know, whatever amount it was. And I said, he about to get it. He got it. He got it basically, but he thinks that Malone is threatening him or something. I do want to know, what did Malone do? I mean, isn't he a detective or something? I want to know all the roles that they all played in it. Maybe on tomorrow's episode they'll actually reveal it. Because I'm like, so do that mean that Elon took some money too? Like, at what point, how did all of them get involved? People assuming that Joey was the one who hid the body or whatever. But we'll see. What else? Let's see. I already said Haley was looking for Bill. Kat told Eva that she had the opportunity to flip on her mom, but she chose wrong yet again. Jacob talks to Naomi about his dad and everything that the reporter, aka Smitty, has been finding out or whatever. They were just talking about that. He's worried that maybe Malone had something over his daddy or whatever. He don't believe that his daddy did anything wrong. I don't want to say that his daddy a bad guy. I'm assuming that he's not a bad guy, but he got dragged into it or something like that. But we'll see. What else? I already talked about Martin. Martin said no article is worth their future. I said Bill confusing Danny. He apologized to Danny for how he did her. Said she was the one person that sees him, that gets him. Smitty think Martin knows something about Malone, that maybe Martin afraid of Malone. I already said Smitty is putting two and two together. Yeah, he told Jacob that he remembers Martin coming in with different clothes or whatever, and that there was an alleged event 2 years ago. And I said, dawg, he about to figure it out. Hold on, it said something was held for review. They keep doing it. Oh, potentially inappropriate messages. What that is? Oh, they won't let me read it. It said something about inappropriate message. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let's see. What else? What else happened? I already said Naomi and Jake was just talking about he was worried about his daddy. Vernon, Joey, Malone, Elon, Ted, all of them came in the office. Ted was like, he was about to tell Bill how he seen the guy. He recognized him from 2 years ago or whatever. And Vernon was shocked to know that he remembers. Martin ends up coming in. He was like, you dragging him into this? And Vernon ends up telling him that your dad had been knowing from the jump. And I was like, this another thing that Nicole don't know. I want to know how she's going to react when she finds out. Do y'all think that Ted told her about it? And if he did, wouldn't she have mentioned it the other day when she was talking to him? I don't know. Smitty ends up meeting up with Jacob, and that's when I said he's putting two and two together. He told Jacob about the clothes and he think that maybe Malone is threatening Martin or something like that, like he's afraid of him. Excuse me. And Jacob, his whole thing, he don't really want to believe it because he don't want to believe his daddy is a bad guy. And once again, I was like, I'd be shocked if he actually is a bad guy, but we'll see. What else? Let's see. Tomas and Kat already said how they was having a little date. She planned this special night for him, and Eva came over intentionally. She definitely did that on purpose. She definitely did. She came over there and spoke to him or whatever. I thought he was going to say, "I'll be right back," and go over there and talk to her for a second. But yeah, they were just talking about books and stuff like that. Kat was just walking. Lord, Kat was just sitting up there. I said, she's gonna be mad. And she ends up saying something. And that's when he got mad because she told her to get out her face, basically. Basically, that's what she said or whatever. And I was like, she don't know how to read a room. I said, girl, what about that telling you to hook up with this dude? And I want to root for them, I really do, but I feel like he'll more so suit Eva. I don't know, I could be wrong. We'll see. I think he up to something too, but y'all know I be skeptical of everybody, so we just gotta wait and see. And the last people I think is Danny and Haley. She stopped by. She ends up saying how she know that Bill was there and stuff like that. She got to talking and letting her know that she not getting her husband back. She not getting her husband or whatever. Let me flip to the back. Just reminding her, putting her on notice that she not getting him back, and they was just going back and forth about Bill or whatever. That's when she started having this pain, and she sat down, and Danny thinks she faking. Danny was like, something about the alleged fetus or whatever. Then y'all know, if y'all seen the promo for this week, that Haley supposed to be in the hospital. Danny's supposed to be talking to Ashley, and she's supposed to be saying how she couldn't fake a swollen belly, so now she's faking a miscarriage, and she's trying to blame Danny. I said, now, at first when I seen that, I was going to say, like, Danny need to stay out her face. Obviously, I don't know if she up to something, but if she is, Danny making it easy. But she went to her house. So I don't know what she going to say. But anyway, Bill going to feel some type of way. He switch up. He definitely switches up. One minute he over here in Danny's face or whatever, and he still ain't told the girl about the kiss. If I'm not mistaken, did he tell her about the kiss? But yeah, I said he switched it up. That's exactly what they call it. What do they call it? I don't want to say victim blaming. What's the other crazy making? Yeah, perfect example right there. But yeah, I already said Malone spoke and Martin started having flashback. Haley having pain. They didn't go back to it, but she's supposed to go to the hospital. Ashley's supposed to be talking to Danny saying, are you saying she's faking being in pain? And that's when Danny says that or whatever. I said, Bill gonna have a fit. He definitely gonna have a fit. We'll see though. But yeah, I think that's everything, y'all. Then she started swinging that bed. We talked about that. Let me see. Let me scan these notes. Then I'm gonna read. What that is? Let me see. Kat surprises Tomas with dinner. Eva comes over to speak to Tomas. Martin now knows that Ted knows. Yeah, that's it, y'all. What the comments say? Let me scroll down. Hold on. It says, hey girl, Willow has some nerve talking about compassion. I'm like, Willow, where was your compassion when you were banking Drew? That's why they blocked it while Mike was on the fire. Right, exactly. I think they doing everything out of order. Not just with General Hospital. I think they be doing stuff out of order. Nancy, why is Nina always going to Michael's side of the family talking about compromise? Why is it always Michael that has to compromise? Because she's trying to win points with Willow or whatever, and it's going to backfire. I said she had every opportunity to tell the truth. Now she running around seeking help from Sonny, seeking help from Carly, even Jason. I said, instead of telling your daughter the truth, I said, even if she told her the truth right now, she would not believe her. She would go to Drew. Drew would try to spin it in his defense, and she would believe him. That's why I said all Drew got to do is be honest. Go on, tell it. Go on, tell the truth. Even if he don't be honest, if he be partially honest, she gonna believe it. What else? Willow's talk about you still mad that you Drew. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, Willow and Michael don't get too about that. It's how to manipulate Wiley, right? Kyle Fisher joined the Don Drew coat. His their relationship Trina. Right, exactly. I want to know if Kai is going to go straight to Trina and tell, or if he going to keep it a secret, or if there's another way. I also want to know what Drew's going to do next, now that he knows that they over here trying to set it up like he actually took the stuff. And I was saying in the review, I said, he over here talking about some, now they're going to think I did it and stuff like that. I had forgot that he knew that Nina had did it. So now, like, he wanted to know what Kai knew, or use him to his advantage, because why would you sit up there talking about, so now they're going to think I did it and stuff like that, when you could easily prove that Nina and them did it. Nina and Portia did it. I was like, look, he fooled me. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, he knew who did it. If you listen to their review, I said it in the review, I was like, wait a minute. He know who I can't say the word. He know who poisoned him or whatever. Why is he acting like he don't know? He using Kai for more than just what he said he want, more than just for that internship. But yeah, I think that's it, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe. Well, a great rest of the night.